Welcome back. Our next adventure takes us right here to Waxahachie, Texas. We're about an hour or so south of Dallas, and the reason we're here, we're going to go check out some of the filming locations from the 1984 movie Places in the Heart. And I looked all up and down on the internet. I haven't seen anyone do a Places in the Heart movie locations video. So are we the first? That's up for debate. Well, let's go check out some of these sites. So our first stop right here is taking us to Farm Road 813 right outside Waxahachie, Texas, and we are in the driveway that leads up to the Spalding house. In the movie, this is where Sally Field, her family lived right here. And the owners were kind enough to let us film on the property, just on the outside, not on the inside, because they're a little under the weather, but just the nicest people. So they allowed us to film on the property, since you can't just roll up in here and start taking pictures or filming at the house. So very kind people, and they let us do it. So we're going to head up and go take a look at some of the locations here outside the Spalding house. And you see the front of the house right here. This is the Spalding house in the movie. You see the front of it several times, and you'll see Sally Field. She's come out that front door right there to greet people as they pull up to the house. How cool is that? It still looks the same. White picket fence and everything, still here. As I walk around the property here, I guess this looks like the same barn. I'm pretty sure it is. That's where Moses and stuff, when the KKK came to get him, that's where they dragged him right there in that movie and started beating him up. But we can get a closer look. I'm telling you, this is so cool that we're actually here on the property of the Spalding house from Places in the Heart, which holds a special place in my heart, pun intended. Look at this. It's amazing that we're here, and I'm standing on the back side of the Spalding house, which was used quite a bit in the movie. I mean, it hasn't changed a bit. There it is right there, shown several times in the movie. You see Sally Field, the rest of the Spalding family come in and out of there. You see Mr. Will. And when they were coming out of here, when they were going to the barn I showed you a little bit ago, that's not the one. It's still standing. It is right there. That is cool. Yeah, directly across from the house, just like it was in the movie. The scene where Mr. Will, John Malkovich, hears Moses getting beaten up by the Ku Klux Klan. He comes out that door right there. And you see him guiding himself, because he's blind, with the rope right over to that area right there. That's where he starts shooting the gun. Of course, you can't see what he's shooting because Mr. Will is blind. But yeah, that all went down right there. Getting a panoramic view of the property here. In the tornado scene, I think when Frank was running, he was running from that direction right there. And I can't remember where the storm cellar was, but obviously I don't see any doors in the ground here that resemble a storm cellar, so that was probably something made just for the movie, if I remember correctly. Such a long time ago. There's the barn. So we've made our way to the downtown square here in Waxahachie. You guys can kind of get a little view of what's going on. So if you haven't heard of Places in the Heart, it came out in 1984. I'll give you just a quick overview. It's about a mother who's played by Sally Field. Her husband's accidentally killed, and then she's left to basically care for their home and their two kids. Basically, it's a rundown farmhouse. It takes place during the 1930s, during the Great Depression. So when the bank threatens to foreclose on her house, she enlists the help of Danny Glover and John Malkovich. And John Malkovich plays Mr. Will. He's a blind man. And she enlists the aid of those two men to harvest a cotton crop that eventually will save her farm from financial ruin. That's basically the movie in a nutshell. So we're here on the square right now in Waxahachie. We're gonna do a couple locations right here. And right in front of the old Texas Theater here on the square is the star of Robert Benton. Now, he was actually born here in Waxahachie back in 1932, but besides directing Places in the Heart, he was also director of Kramer versus Kramer, which he won an Academy Award for Best Director. He also won for Best Adapted Screenplay for Places in the Heart at the Academy Awards, but he also directed a movie called Billy Bathgate, Nobody's Fool, and also wrote Bonnie and Clyde and was a co-writer on the Superman movie from 1978. And look at this. How ironic. Here's a shot of the iconic courthouse in the square in downtown Waxahachie. You see this courthouse a lot in the movie. They show it several times. But one of my favorite shots in the movie is when you see the courthouse at night. It's just beautiful. We're now here off the on the corner of College and Main at the historic Rogers Hotel. This is where the banking scenes took place in the movie. So in this scene right here, you're going to see Sally Field walk diagonally across the street to get to the bank. You're going to see her come across right here, and you'll see that awning in the background. It's like a gray awning right through the window of the Rogers Hotel. You'll see her coming across and go right through those doors right there. So we're inside the Rogers Hotel, and I'm pretty sure this little back corner area was the office. This is where Sally Field came in, was talking to the banker, letting her know she wasn't selling her farm and was going to end up growing cotton. And she also wanted to learn how to write a check. But yeah, that all happened right in that room, right there. And this is where you see the banker come out of the office and walk up those stairs to the desk to converse with somebody. I don't know if it was the bank president he was supposedly talking to, but yeah, that all happened right up there. So we're over here by the courthouse in the center of the town square, and look at this. Pretty wild, but yeah, it's on the outside of the courthouse here. So more about Robert Benton. Like I said, he's actually was born here in Waxahachie in 1932. I told you about the other movies he directed and wrote, but he actually did win the Academy Award for Places in the Heart in 1985 for Best Adapted Screenplay. He was also nominated for Best Director. He actually won. Stand corrected. He actually won Best Director for Kramer versus Kramer. But those Academy Awards, Sally Field also won for her role as Miss Spaulding in Places in the Heart. Sally Field won her second Academy Award for her role. Her first award was for a movie called Normal Ray. But one of the most misquoted lines in Oscar history is often mocked, and it's gotten incorrect. When she was giving her acceptance speech, and I'll drop a clip in here so you can see it for yourself. Sally Field said, "I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me." But it's commonly misquoted as, "You like me, you really, really like me." Well, she didn't say that. Here's proof.
"I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me."
Walking around this town square, I came across this really cool mural. A Place in Your Heart. They really embraced the movie out here. Really awesome to see that. It's right across the street from the iconic town square courthouse. We're now right out here off Highway 77, just on the outskirts of the town square. This is the scene right in the beginning of the movie. You see Roy Spaulding, that's Sally Field's husband in the movie. Well, he's also the sheriff. But you see him pull up right here. He's coming to check out a disturbance. A guy named Wiley is down here on the tracks drunk, but you see him pull up right in between here. You see the cars. But a lot has changed in the background. Even this bridge is no longer accessible. There's a new bridge right behind me that connects you to the other side of town. But look at that, yeah. That has completely gone, so it's kind of sad to see. But yeah, this was the old bridge in the movie right there. Again, a lot of the buildings in the back have changed, but you can see in the movie, you see how the train tracks, and some of the tracks have been torn up. There's only this one track left, but you see how it curves around to the left. And you can see how it does that in the movie in this scene as well. And right here, facing the other way, away from the bridge, this is where Wiley was staggering around drunk. You can see the tracks. The tracks, like I said, torn up. That track is completely gone. But yeah, that happened right here, and you can't see it from this view, but if you notice in the clip, you're gonna see some stadium lights from a baseball field. You'll see them in the background. Well, they would be right back in this area, right here. But you can't see it the way all the foliage has come up over the years. Like I said, this movie was filmed in '83, so you're looking at several decades of growing foliage. But this is where Wiley shot Roy, right here. Not on purpose, complete accident. But this scene played out right here on these tracks. Made our way out here to 5 Points, Texas. It's about 7.5 miles south of Waxahachie. But we're here at the 5 Points Cotton Gin. And the owners were nice enough to let us come film over here. This land's private property, so but we just went up and asked. Very kind people. Gave us a little history of this area as well and the cotton gin, so that was very nice of them. But this is the part where you see Miss Spaulding come up and try to buy some cottonseed. And this is when the guy's trying to swindle her, but you can't get one past old Moses. He hears what he's talking about and gets her the correct cottonseed for the correct price. But this all went down right here, and you see that sign. It's 5 Points Cotton Gin, and that's what it's called in the movie as well, but you'll see him sitting right there. Right out here, here's the side entrance to the cotton gin. This is actually where in the movie you see the wagons all lined up coming here to weigh their cotton, see what they can get for it. You can see those two telephone poles prominently in the background, but you see them coming all lined up right here. And Moses and Mrs. Spaulding are pulled in right here into this carport. And there's a sign up there for 5 Points Cotton Gin that's right above, but yeah, they were parked right under here, waiting to get weighed. We're out here at Bethel United Methodist Church out here on Cemetery Road. And this church was actually not seen until towards the very tail end of the movie. Everyone's in there during Sunday service singing their hymns, having a good time. But yeah, you'll see the shot. It kind of scrolls across the screen like that, and you see the outside of the church, which hasn't changed a bit. You see the framework still the same. The circular window, the stained glass window up top, the doors. And in that scene, the doors were wide open. So were the windows when they show the scene inside. Getting a little fresh air on that Sunday. Right outside the church, you're going to see this sign posted. Gives you a little history of the church and how it came to be. But yeah, if you want to give it a read, just go ahead and pause the video. Yeah, you can't get in the church right now. It's locked. But through one of the front door window, you can see inside. In the scene at the end of the movie, you can see all those stained glass windows right there. They're all open. Everyone's sitting over. It might be a bit of a glare, but I apologize. But everyone's sitting over on the left-hand side in those pews. I don't know if you can see them. And these are the windows that were open. I mean, all the windows were open, but these are the ones on the left-hand side of the church they showed in the scene right here. Beautiful place. Right here, this is the dance hall scene in the movie. This is about as far as we can get. There's a gate right here, but it's directly across the street from the church. Check it out. Actually, you see Frank dancing with Sally Field right here. Right under that awning. And yeah, like I said, it's directly across the street from the church. Now, there's not a lot of people actually know this, but when Places in the Heart was filmed here in Waxahachie back in 1983, it was filmed from September to December of 83 and came out in September of 84. I was actually a stand-in in that movie for the actor Yankton Hatton. He played Frank in the movie, and I was his stand-in. A stand-in, if you're not sure what that is, basically in the movie you're a stand-in for the one of the main actors. Basically you come in, they get the lighting straight on you, make sure everything looks good before they bring in the real actors. And while I was a stand-in for that movie, we did a scene right here at this dance hall where I got to slow dance with Sally Field. So I got to stand in for Frank and do a little dance with Sally Field so they can get all the lighting and everything corrected, but before they shot the actual scene. But yeah, I'll drop in some pictures. My mom was nice enough to keep a scrapbook of my movie adventure while this was filming here, and I'll share some of the photos at the end of this video with you because I still have that scrapbook. So I'm glad she did all that, because there would absolutely be no memory of any of this. That scrapbook didn't exist. So I'll drop in some photos that I found of me on the set of Places in the Heart. That way you can see. And we have a night picture of this dance hall that I'm going to show you as well. So that's kind of the end of this video. But yeah, this is it. Dance hall scene. We're here at Bel Cemetery. This is also right across the street from the Methodist church and next to that LaGrange dance hall. So this is also right in the beginning of the film. This is where the burial scene takes place after Miss Spaulding's husband, Roy, is shot. They buried him right here. And you can tell, you see that this road right here. You see some cars parked along that right here. In the movie it was a dirt road. And you see these two headstones right here. They both have a point on them, and those are in the scene as well. And this one right here with the little slope on top. But yeah, it was filmed right here in this back of the cemetery. And that gate at the time was white, but now it's black. Yep, Bel Cemetery. All right, folks, that about does it here from Waxahachie vicinity. This was Places in the Heart filming locations. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I found as many as I could, and it was great to go back and revisit all these. Nice little trip down memory lane. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And we are out of here. We're going to go get cool and have a drink. See you next time.